Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here for some more Howard Community College basketball. Tim Tootin Jr. on the call with my colleague on color, Dan Lally. How you doing tonight, Dan?
I'm good, good. Ready to take in some good JUCO action tonight.
Yeah, man. This is the first conference game of the season for Howard. 2-0. We had a great game on Saturday. They went against Tidewater. Then won the next night here at Baltimore City Community College, or better known as BCCC. Lost their first game. They're 0-1 to Delaware Tech by 2 points. So see what they got going tonight, man.
Yeah, first conference game. Everybody's just trying to kind of figure out what they got and figure out what their strengths are. Obviously, we know what to expect out of the Dragons these past couple of years. Spelkinson's built a great program here, and we expect another good season.
Yeah, a lot of prestige going on in the first 2 games. Great job by Sid Barfield. Miles McDuffie really leading the charge. Barfield had over 20. McDuffie had about 15 plus. So those 2 guys are going to really steer in the charge early on this season. Got
Yeah,
1 minute 30 left, 2 seconds left, Dan. Anything else you want to say?
yeah, that's a high-powered backcourt, and we'll see. Now that I got some Baltimore City, I'm sure there's some film on them. We'll see what kind of game plan they got to try to stop them.
All right, Tim Tootin Jr., Dan Lally on the call. See you back at 1:15. One, two, three. Testing, testing.
Say testing?
Testing, testing.
Yeah, I don't even think you're registering right now.
Yeah. All right, introductions done. Ready to tip off here. First conference game of the season. Howard going up against BCCC. Dan, tight contest in store.
Yeah, should be a good one.
And tipping off, we got Webster and Lascott. First advantage to the Panthers. Here they go. Kicking it out. That is Gordon in the corner. Back to Gordon. In the middle is Shyla. Back in the paint. Shot missed. Second chance is good for Lascott.
So you saw Baltimore City go right to the high-low there against HCC zone. They're going to be looking for that high-low pass against the zone as long as HCC stays in the zone.
Bell bring it up, crosses it over to Barfield. Had a hot game thus far, 27 in the last game, 18 in the first one, putting on a three-point shooting display. They swing it around, shot clock at 10. Tight defense by the Panthers. Down to 5-3, sits here, downtown. Misses the front end, top of the rim, going to the Panthers.
Yeah, probably not the opening possession they had in mind. Not a lot of ball movement, no penetration. Looked a little unorganized.
Bringing it up for the Panthers, it's Jamar Payne. Put up 20 in their first game, which was a loss. And stepping on the line is Gordon. So it's going to go back to the Dragons.
So Baltimore City picking up full court here.
Dalton over to Webster, back to McDuffie. And able to break it. Set up. It's like some man-to-man action. Bell over to Barfield, the right wing. Webster called for it. Jackson called for it. Bell with it. He swings it. Barfield, pump fake, shot clock down to 7. Drives to his right. Contact. In and out. Rebound, Payne. It's Baker. Float game. Strong and one. Anthony Baker for the Panthers. 4-0 lead.
Yeah, good transition offense there from Baltimore City. Coach Smelkinson did not look happy with HCC's transition defense there.
Five-nothing advantage here for BCCC. 18:29 left here in the first half. Howard still searching for their first bucket. Barfield kicks it out. Hezzy, float game is strong for Bell. There's the trap, stolen. And they're going to call a foul.
And you saw HCC go to a little full court pressure of their own off the made basket there. So it looks like both teams are looking to get into full court pressure.
That seems to be in the DNA of Smelkinson that I've noticed here in the last year or two, Dan. They're trying to get in rhythm, they score and get that press scored quickly, scoring opportunities. Quick basketball, quick movement, and that's another two for Lascott.
Yeah, again, they're looking for that high-low. They're going to do the high post and throw a high-low.
There's a reach-in foul there on BCCC. Foul on Anthony Baker, his first. Team's first of the game. Got a stoppage by the officials. And we continue on. Duffy inbounds it to Barfield. Back over to Bell. Setting up the offense. Swings it on the left wing. McDuffie drives, bump, gets his pocket picked. And access denied by Dalton. Barfield looking to run. Bounce pass. McDuffie a little behind. Pump fake. Shots up. Good defense there by the Panthers. Lascott, he's got an angle on the way. Left hand denied by the rim. Webster has it. And McDuffie's going to settle it down here.
Yeah, a little back-to-back transition there, but nobody scored. And HCC's going to look to settle down here and get something at half court.
McDuffie drives, goes up against Lascott and gets two. 3-point deficit for the Dragons. There's that trap again. Pressure. Able to break it. Baker over to Payan. Looks like a little bit of a zone here. Shiloh, fadeaway. Shots long, rebound, McDuffie.
So McDuffie dropped down there to take away the high-low, kind of forced Baltimore into an isolation situation.
Duffy, Dalton cutting, turns, right hand, and one. The bank is open, and one for Dalton. He's going to look to tie it up. All square at the free throw. Nice little run there by Howard.
Yeah, nice back screen there to free up Dalton. Dalton actually started his high school career in Howard County at Glen Elk High School before transferring to Bishop O'Connell in Northern Virginia. So has Howard County ties like many guys on the team.
Got to have some local blood in here as we're tied at 7. Gordon over to Payan. They swing it around the corner. In the paint, last shot misses. Great defense there by Webster. He gets the rebound here. Barfield over to Bell. Drives, has a lane. Bounce pass was off that leg. Last shot. Payan, other way, left hand, finishes. Lead again for Panthers.
Looked like a kick ball there on the other end. I don't think the call was that.
There's the trap there. Panthers able to break it. Duffy. Nice bounce pass. Bell for 3. In rhythm.
And that is his game right there.
First points of the game for number 3 with the 3. Trap broken. Gordon. Payan. Barfield getting chase. Gordon tipped away. Active hands on the defense. Bell fighting for it. Has it. Webster hands it back to Barfield. Cross court pass to McDuffie. Drives in to the contact. Second time, no. Last touch by Howard. Got a media timeout here. 10-9 is our score early on. Started out here, Dan, with BCCC getting it going. Points early, a 5-0 lead. But in this last couple of minutes, they have strung back this Dragons team.
Yeah, the first 2 minutes was very half court, and then kind of the game opened up a little bit. Both teams got into their pressure defense. There were some turnovers, and it kind of loosened up a little bit.
About even in the rebounding department, 4 and 4. 2 points off turnovers, even in the turnover department. So it's been a tale of a couple of minutes here. We got 5 for 1, Bell, 3 for Dalton, Barfield with 2. Then on the other end, Lascott, he's been all over the place for Beecham. So he's got 4, Baker with 3, and Payan with 2.
Yeah, we'll see if both teams continue to apply a lot of pressure here. And if it does, we can kind of expect a high scoring up-tempo night.
A little bit of a feeling out period, if you will. Only game 3 for Howard, or game 2 for BCCC. So working out the kinks here on both sides, trying to get in the rhythm for sure.
Absolutely.
Back live here at the game. BCCC down a point. Swinging it around the wing. In the paint. Nice look. And there's Payan with 4 now. One Bell bring it up. A 2-3 zone here. Displayed by the Panthers. McDuffie looking for the crease. Dalton. Bell drives in the teeth of the zone. Corner. Barfield collects it. 3. Long. Dalton rebound. Goes up, off balance, and scores. Impressive.
A good offensive rebound there coming in from the weak side. He crashed all the way in from the perimeter.
Subbing into the game here for B-Triple-C's number 22, Jorham Speed. And in the paint, nice speed by Payne. He finds Diallo long. First two for him.
Second time in a row they've gotten a layup off a break in the press.
2-3 zone. Barfield takes his hand, the three. He can hit it. Misses the front end. Tipped in there by McDuffie, but it doesn't fall. But he's going to try to earn it at the line for two.
So when you play zone defense, it can leave you a little vulnerable to offensive rebounds. And we've seen this 2 plays in a row. The Dragons have missed a shot and got an offensive rebound on the weak side.
Speaking of rebounds, Webster with 3. McDuffie, the guy's second rebound. And his first trip to the line tonight for McDuffie. First one is good. Tied back at 13.
And number 14, Lorcan Entman.
Got 2 substitutes coming in for Howard. We got Lorcan Heidman, 14, number 10, Cedric Harville. One on two, the trip there for McDuffie. Panthers looking to run. Terry, 3-point opportunity. Missed the back of the rim, fight for it is Bell. They're going to get Baker on the back there, better positioning there by Juan Bell.
Oh, for City Bell 0, and Baker is second at the season.
So 14 fouls for B-Triple-C, 2 for Howard. 13:40 left here, first half. First conference game of the season here in Region 20. Howard versus B-Triple-C. They swing it out. McDuffie, sideline, shot blocked. Back into the hands of the Dragons, and there's the first two for Cedric Harville. Right place, right time.
Just checked into the game, makes his presence felt early.
Here it gives that trap. They're able to break it. Seri over Pan, tries to cut pass. They're blocked and stolen there by Harville. Bell brings it up. Hyman drives to his left, picks up his dribble, throws it over to Bell. McDuffie, back to Bell. Swinging it. Shot clock at 12. Hyman pump fake, gets his man up and fade away. Got lost in the air. They're fighting for it. Dragons have it. Bell over to Harville. Shot clock at 2-1. They got to put up. And it's going to be a shot clock violation. Maybe not. Got the shot off. Rebound. Panthers.
Looked like a shot clock violation from here, but the result's the same either way. BCC gets the ball.
Crazy possession there. Seri. Speed. In the paint to Long. Guarded by Webster. 10 on the shot clock. Seri forcing the issue. Pass deflected. Staying here with the Panthers.
Entering the game, North Dragons number 23, Evan Thompson.
Evan Thompson, number 23, subbing in for Howard. As Ron Bell will head to the bench. Jamar Payne will inbound under the basket. Looking. Kicks it out to Speed. Shot clock at 5. They got to go. Seri, I don't know if they're aware. 2, 1. Under 3. Nothing down. They're going to call that a shot clock violation. Hey, they got the call right this time. Evan Thompson just subbed in the game. Now at the point for Howard. Swings to McDuffie. Hyman back to McDuffie. Takes his shot of the 3. This is the side of the rim. Bounce right to Hyman. Thompson. Hyman back to Thompson. Trying to find the crack in the zone. Bounce pass off the foot of Farville. Going to be B-Triple-C.
2 straight turnovers, one by each team.
Both teams trying to search here as we got a lull in the action. Howard up 15-13 on B-Triple-C. Tim Toon Jr., Dan Lowland. Be right back. Back live here. Panthers looking to tie the game here, tight rope it. Tight defense, smothering by the Dragons. Miss shot, up and under. Who's got it? Barfield has it in the midfield. Look out, lays it in. Yes, Sincere Barfield on the board. 4-point bench.
Stupid score there by Barfield.
Main part of his game in transition. Payan swinging it around the key. Speed. Pick set there by Long. They find him on the roll, and it's denied by Webster. Second chance for Long. No. Harville hasn't. Over to Thompson. He's going to stop. Swing it over to Barfield. Hyndman. Back to Barfield. Three-pointer by Hyndman. All the way from Sydney, Australia. 7-point lead for the Dragons. And there's a pickpocket. Barfield jumping the lane. Drives. Rises high. Misses. Harville can't get the rebound. And they almost turn over. Payan has it. Pressure being applied. Picked up his dribble. He needs help. Up and under. And gets it to go. Is Mayani. Number 14. Matsuni Mayani. And there's a pickpocket there. Seri. Payan. Get a little bump there by Evan Thompson.
So one thing I'm noticing early is Baltimore City has played 10 players already in the first 10 minutes. Howard Community has played 9 players. So both coaches aren't afraid to go deep into their bench early into the game.
Probably the deepest I've seen this Howard team thus far. No, in the first game they ran about 6 or 7 guys deep. Now they're going a little bit deeper here early in the season. Inbound, Siri, guarded by Thompson, forces it in the paint. Out the seat. Siri. Over to Antonio Fliggins. Doesn't need the screen. High over. Shot clock at 7. And a little bit of a block there on Barfield. Or is it a charge? Okay. It's also blocked. It's a block.
Oh, wow.
It's almost hard to tell there for a second there, Dan.
Looks like a charge there, but.
Unfortunately, that's the second personal for Barfield, so he's going to head to the bench. Juan Bell back in. Look at this. Off the hands there. Recovered there by Speed. Fliggins, shot clock at 6. 5, 4, Seri drives hard through the contact. Good alteration there by Jackson, number 35, just subbing in for Howard. Thompson, Hyman, 3 again. In and out. Great look. But here come the Panthers the other way. Siri. Great defense there by Thompson in the paint. Speed. Fliggins drives. Tight ropes it. Back to Fliggins. Drives. Kick underneath. Diallo. Long speed. Good ball movement for the easy deuce.
Double ball.
Bell. Getting the offense orchestrated. Thompson flashing at the foul line.
Yeah, they're trying to get organized into their zone offense right now, so there'll be a little bit of confusion about what they should be in.
Bell finds the opening in the zone. Harville, nice finish. That's 4 points for Harville.
You'll see the Dragons here in their zone. They really keep their wings out high. They're really trying to take away three-point shots away from Baltimore City. And they've been successful at that so far. Baltimore's only attempted 1-3. That will be their second right there.
And this is front end rim. And it's going to stay here with the Panthers. And inbounding under his own basket is Fliggins. Out to Jamari Siri. Fliggins, baseline, off his foot. Great defense there by Harville.
And that'll be the Dragons' ball. See if they get themselves organized on offense, but it was great defensive possession.
Media timeout.
Got an immediate timeout here. Exactly 8 minutes left. 22-17 is our score. Tim Tootin Jr., Dan Lally. See you back in a bit. Back live here, Howard Community College, up 22-17 on the Baltimore City Community College. 7:50 left here in the first half. Bell swinging it around the wing. Thompson flashing on the baseline is Hyman. Thompson, Bell, shot clock at 10. Harville in the middle of the zone. Hyman, 3. Shots long, rebound, Panthers. Miscommunication. Spears not ready for it. Bell, the easy 2.
How quickly he pounced on that loose ball, and he just, wow.
The defensive chance there by the Howard bench trying to get on a surge run here. And the last third of this first half, it is pocket pick stolen by Hyman. Another turnover for the Panthers. Hyman. Thompson cutting. Screen set by Jackson. Hyman. Bell. A long pass, Thompson. Jackson drawing the attention of the defense. Harville looked like he was open. Hyman, three. Front rim. Rebound. Great position there by Harville on the rebound. They're going to get a foul there on. Looks like that's going to be on Panthers.
Baltimore City foul number 14, Matsui Mayani.
So a couple times here, the Dragons have looked a little unorganized in their zone offense. I think early in the season, you play against more man, so you spend more time focusing on your main offense in practice. And your zone offense takes a little bit to catch up to it. I think you're seeing that a little bit.
And officially, the foul there before the ball was even inbounded. Second on Long for 24. So a little bit of foul trouble here for BCCC. Lascott 23 with 2, Baker with 2. Explains why we have not seen Lascott, who got the score early for the Panthers. So Sean Harrison subbing in, number 11 for the Panthers. Bell inbounded under the basket. Three, Harville's crosshair three, misses. Rebound, Speed. A quick reach-in foul, that's going to be on Bell, his first.
Yeah, that's not the kind of foul you want to pick up that far from the basket. You don't want to get them in the bonus early. You just really want to get back and not try to make a hero play there.
Both teams with 5 fouls even here in the first half. 6:25 left. 7-point lead for Howard. There's swinging around. Speed guarded by Harville. Over to Fliggins. There's Gabriel Bird, 13, just subbed in. Working it, trying to find some holes in the soul. Shot clock at 5. And nice score there by Mayani. And he draws the foul. Just enough passes there to get the two. As the shot clock is going down.
Yeah, there's about 4 different times there. It looked like the Dragons had him stop, but they kind of moved it along to the next guy. Eventually got some penetration and then a dump off around the basket for a layup. They've gotten that a few different times. One of the things, the way the Dragons are constantly trying to take away the three-point shot, you leave yourself a little vulnerable to some penetration and some shots around the rim.
Mayani misses it. And off the hands of Webster, but he's able to corral it after the second attempt. Thompson to Bell. Fliggins applying some serious pressure at the hip pocket of Bell. Back out to a little bit of a man-to-man. There's Hyman. Thompson cutting to his left. Hyman, they're working around the key. 3, Thompson. Misses. As Webster and Speed were fighting for the rebound. They're going to get the foul on Speed. That is the foul.
Return the game for your Dragons, number 7.
Back the game for Howard is Miles McDuffie coming in for Thompson. Duffy will inbound under the basket. Out to Bell. Still trying to find the answers and crack the code of this 2-3 zone presented by the Panthers. Hyman. Shot clock at 5. They got to go. 4, 3. Webster off his foot and stolen by Fliggins. Press a little tight quarters there and turns it over. McDuffie, he's got numbers. Drives up and under. Yes. It seems like the first time the Dragons scored for quite some time, Dave.
Yeah, that's his first bucket of the game. Maybe see the ball go through the basket once to kind of get him going a little bit.
Bird, Liggins. And great active hits by Hyman, and it's off the Panthers. Howard County native Matt Dalton makes his return to the game.
It will be interesting to see if Coach Nelkinson keeps Sincere Barfield on the bench for the remainder of the half with the 2 fouls.
4:50 left here, first half. 26-19, 7-point advantage for Howard. Looking to build upon that here in the last 4 minutes. McDuffie, middle of the zone, steps back just by the foul line, cash it in, swish. It's 5 for McDuffie, as you said, trying to get in a little bit of a rhythm right before the half. Almost stolen there by Bell, he misses. Fliggins, quick pass up and under, can't finish. And it's going to be basket interference there by Bayani. He's looking for a tip slap.
So both teams have kind of retreated out of their full court press, kind of going back to playing this half court.
Ron Bell bringing it past half court. Swings it over to his right to McDuffie. They'll swing it all around the horn. Kick out. Good recovery there by the Panthers. Shot clock at 7. Dalton tipped away. Good defense there by Shiloh. Bird through the contact and scores.
Thought Dalton passed up an open 3 there. He should have shot it, and then they ended up turning the ball over.
Yeah, they definitely had a good look there. Bell. Dalton.
There we go.
Iron unkind to Dalton as it goes in and out. Panthers coming the other way.
Didn't go in, but you can kind of live with an open 3 from a good shooter like that.
Bird. Liggins. Speed. Liggins. Finds a cutting Baker. Great look. Misses. Bell. Check to his left. Misses.
Oh,
Almost put it back in by Harville. But hey, Dalton will finish it right there. 5 points. The last 2 possessions for him. Is Wooten calls a timeout. 9-point advantage here with 2:53. And there, right there, as BGC was trying to close the gap. Couple of buckets by McDuffie. Couple of buckets by Dalton. And the lead back at 9, Dan.
yeah, right there. They got out on a break, and McDuffie didn't finish it, but you had 2 guys who kept following the play. They trailed the play, and they were around the basket, picked up the offensive rebound, and got a bucket.
That's why they preach, when you're going down the back, and keep going down there.
Yep.
So you could argue it's all about the hustle.
Those are what we call hustle baskets right there. They got a few of those on some offensive rebounds as well. So that's definitely helping them with this 9-point lead. So with about 3 minutes left in the half here, I can tell you the Dragons they're thinking, hey, can we get this lead up to 12, 13 range before the half ends? And Panthers are, their focus is on, hey, can we get a couple buckets here and go into the half, maybe just down 3 or 4.
So if you're Coach Snuggleson, now you got a little bit of momentum, do you go back after scoring, you go back into that trap, make it a little bit uncomfortable for this Panthers team?
Maybe for a possession here, try to kind of, they're coming out of a timeout, try to maybe throw them a different look.
Why the Panthers need to cut into this lead. They want to cut their deficit here at the end of the first half because, as we saw in the first couple minutes, they came out kind of strong.
Yeah. But they've turned the ball over again a bunch of times against the Dragon zone. A lot of steals, and that's allowing the Dragons to get on transition and get some easy ones.
Starting back up here, bring it up to Panthers. Deflected there by McDuffie. Gordon. Sari. Drives. Off the hands. A little miscommunication here, the Panthers. McDuffie nails the baby and lays it in. 11-point advantage.
So we have now, that is 12 turnovers for the Panthers. And there's 13 right
Number
there.
13. Ryan turnover about 13 for Beatles. 6 for Howard. And off those turnovers, 8 points in favor of the Dragons.
Yeah, and you can see that's kind of generating some offense and generate some excitement. And the bench is kind of getting in the game a little bit. They're excited when the Panthers turn the ball over.
2:10 left here, first half. Dalton staying in the middle of the zone. Out on the wing. McDuffie, foul line. No effort for McDuffie. Can't finish. Third chance, maybe? No. Jump ball. And it looks like we might be staying here with Howard. Looks like Coach Smelkson called for a timeout, and he is. 1:57 left here in the first half.
So Coach Smelk, he's drawing something out of the timeout right now, an out of bounds play. Again, I think they kind of smell blood right now. They're thinking we can maybe get this thing up to kind of 15 before the half, and really put the Panthers in a tough position.
Yeah, going back to these turnovers for Baltimore City, it's just a couple of turnovers, like a miscommunications. They got one play, they got the rebound. Pastor's team was not looking. 2 quick points there, and they just seem to be a little rattled right now.
Yeah, so the zone that the Dragons are playing is really kind of unorthodox. You're starting to see it more in college basketball, where they kind of bring the forwards out that high, but it's still not something you see a lot. So for these players on Baltimore City, they haven't seen a zone like that probably maybe in their entire career, and it's kind of throwing them off their rhythm.
Inbounding under the basket is Dalton. Kicks out in the corner, McDuffie. Able to get out. Zion Dixon for 15, subs again. Working around the key shot clock at 5. Screen, Webster, Bell, kicks it out, McDuffie for 3. Misses, rebound, Panthers. Payton, Liggins, speed, working it around, trying to find a pocket in that zone. Payton, Schuyler for 3, cashes in, mask and all.
Silent.
That may be their first three-pointer of the entire half. They've only attempted 3.
Bell, the lefty, Zion Dixon, high-rocking 3, misses everything. Payton gets the rebound. Speed.
1 minute to go in the first half.
1 minute remaining here, 8-point advantage. Solid pump fakes. Makes the easy pass. Easy shot missed there by Baker. Rebound, Howard.
See if they can get a 2-for-1 here.
Dixon tries to hit 3 again. Better look. Still can't convert. Silo with the rebound. Shot
Did
clock.
get them a 2-for-1.
High in rhythm. Misses everything.
Oh, that's
Wow. They went for the last shot there, but rushed it. McDuffie pressing the issue. Webster.
oh.
They rushed it a little much there, and offensive foul there on Tajir Webster.
Yeah, kind of bailed them out there. They probably should have taken the Panthers probably should have taken the last shot when they got the chance there. Seeing the replay there, that's a close call. That's
Could have
tough.
gone either way there.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're talking about the level of the law. When they have those feet set, no movement.
Yep.
So last shot here for B Triple C. Down 8. Fliggins drives. Left hand. No. Rebound Dixon. And that is going to take us here at halftime. Howard up on Baltimore City Community College, 32-24. Back and forth play. A little favor in the Howard there at the end of the half there, Dan.
Yeah, they really made a nice run there in the last 5-6 minutes. It looked like they might break it open, but the Panthers made some plays in the last minute or two to kind of keep themselves within striking distance.
Highly contested match here between conference rivals. This is the conference opener here in Region 20. BCCC, Howard, Tim Tootin Jr. here with Dan Lally. We'll see you back here in 15. Back live here for second half action. Howard up 32-24. Looking at the stats here, Dan. 13 turnovers to 6. Baltimore City, unfortunately, didn't in that category. 21-18 advantage to the boards for Howard. And then steals 7-5, which has been the big thing that kind of jump-started this Dragons team to get their lead.
Yeah, those steals they're getting out of the zone. Now, that's really because a lot of the stats are pretty similar, but you can see the Dragons have 36 shots attempted. The Panthers only have 27 shots attempted. So that's coming from those turnovers.
Payan in the lane.
We'll see if they can make any adjustments and turn the ball over less in the second half.
And first trip is empty here for the Panthers. Is Payan a shot up, rimmed out, and went out of bounds. First possession for Howard here.
And the Panthers are back to their press.
On Bell, Ted's hand of 3, misses. Last Scott with the rebound. Back out to Anthony Baker. Payan, Baker, 2-3 zone. Last Scott probing in the zone of the foul line and gets it down in the corner. Good trap there. Bounce pass, ball movement. Shala can't get it to go. Webster rebounds. Duffy. Guarded by Payan. Bell calling for the pick from Webster. Screens and
Good
way
pass. Oh,
Barfield spin. And tapped away there by Gordon.
8 seconds on the shot clock here.
Juan Bell will inbound and they're going to look to score. They got to score quickly. And they do just that with a good old-fashioned high inbound to the defensive sleeper.
Yep.
10-point advantage for the Dragons. Pass almost stolen there by Dalton. Payan. In the last cut. Shylock. Back out to Payan for 3. Rims out and quickly stolen by Baker. But they're going to say he got him on the wrist there. Third foul there with Anthony Baker. Duffy on the inbound over to Bell. A little bit of pressure being applied, looking for some instant offense here for the Panthers. Duffy kicks it out. Barfield 3 in rhythm.
Oh.
Misses. Had a good look. Fighting for
Another
it.
offensive rebound.
He's got it. Doesn't have it. And last touch there by the Panthers. Substitutions for the Panthers. Siri and Long subbing in. Harfield.
Trapped in the corner.
Duffy losing the handle. Dalton picks it up, in and out. Rebound Payan as both teams are searching for buckets early on.
It's another look at that high-low pass. They scored a couple of buckets off the high-low pass, but they've also turned the ball over on the high-low pass a bunch of times still.
Payan will inbound it under the basket. Looking. It will pass it in there to Baron Gordon. Almost stolen away by Dalton. Two-man action in the teeth of the zone, and Gordon is on the board.
Gordon.
That's his first 2. 8-point advantage for the Dragons. Bell, Webster drives, turn, spin, can't get it to fall.
They have yet to get in a rhythm in the second half on offense.
There's Payan. 2-3 zone. Hands up. Moving right to left. Shot clock at 12. Payne. Finds a
High low look. No.
in short is Shiloh. It's Barfield. Pressed the issue.
Oh,
The pass was deflected. Fury. Set. Tough to his right. Floats it up. Too strong off the back of the backboard. Barfield. McDuffie. Able to draw the foul. Passed a little bit behind him and foul on Payne. As you look here on the replay.
Baltimore City
Behind him.
referee shooting on.
Nice recovery and slap into the forearm there by Payne.
Miles McDuffie 2-1.
so we talked about McDuffie and Sincere Barfield to lead off the broadcast. They've been their two leading scorers, but they're struggling a little bit from the field. They're combined 6 for 20. But I think the team defense and the easy buckets has kind of led for more spread out scoring today.
Yeah, just going back to that first game against Tidewater, Miles McDuffie was really assertive in getting to the basket. I believe he started the game as about 6 for 6 from the free throw line, so he was getting to the bucket with ease and pressing the issue. And maybe if you get back to that a little bit in this game, and there's another turnover here for the Panthers. It was giving away possession to. Wiggins, we sub in for the Panthers.
Every time the Panthers look like they have a little momentum going, they have a turnover or 2 turnovers in a row. That's just kind of they keep shooting themselves in the foot.
Duffy, foul line, in and out. Webster gets the rebound. Ball goes up. He's slapped out of his hand. He's going to go to the line for 2. Nice interior presence there by Webster.
Baltimore City more eligible. Timeout.
Used every bit of his 6'7" frame to get that rebound. When we come back from this media timeout, we're going to see Webster at the line. Howard up on Baltimore City Community College. 36-26. Tim Toon Jr. Dan Lowley will be right back. Back after the media timeout to Tajir Webster. First trip to the line. Searching for his first points, and as we mentioned before the break, using his 6'7" frame to get a rebounds, he's sitting at 7 boards alone today.
Yeah, he's been active on the glass. I mean, that's what he's out there to defend and rebound.
A nice tandem with him and Braxton Jackson, the 2 freshman newcomers here, 2 bigs. As it's a 12-point advantage for Howard as they go back to this press stand. Broken. Pass knocked away. Staying here with the Dragons, with the Panthers is Rondell Wood for 21. Just into the game on that possession. Payan inbounds a dangerous pass. Ooh. Looked like his foot might have been on that line there, Dan.
Howard goes number 2, Sincere Martin. That's his third.
Third personal there.
The way they're covering ground on defense, it just seems like no pass is safe. Every pass is an investment.
Returning for your Dragons, number 23, Emmett Thompson.
And Evan Thompson, number 23 in the game for the Dragons. Wood over to Fliggins. Wrong zone. Shyla
And there's the high-low.
Can't finish there is Long. Still able to go up and draw the foul there. Second personal. See here on the replay. It's like got him on the forearm there. So
And make him.
first time Payne is at the line tonight. Struggled a little bit in this game after first game of the year. They lost by 1. He led the team with 20 points and 5 steals. It's been a little bit quiet tonight so far, Dan.
Yeah, I mean the Panthers as a team only in a consistent rhythm.
And misses both, and the 3-1s are free. It's tough when you can't make those. Dalton over to Bell. And they get across the half-court line. Duffy. Pressure applied by Wood. And Payne. Bell kicks it out. 3-point opportunity. Dalton misses. McDuffie with the rebound. Back out to Bell. They reset. Duffy from the foul line. Kicks it over to Dalton. Might have went the wrong way to get the 2. Shiloh. Lodged up against the backboard.
It has been an offensive struggle for both teams the past few minutes. Past couple possessions, we've had 3 or 4 shots within 4 feet not go in.
Bell inbound under the basket. Finds a cutting Thompson, and one beats his man. And that will be a huge lift. Maybe to engineer something. Beats his man, and quick to it.
Great cut there. Not easy to catch the ball in traffic like that either.
Re-entering the game for Baltimore City. Number 22, Yellow Long.
So the Dragons have only one guy up on the foul line. Looks like they're going to try to set up their press after this foul shot. There they are, right into it.
Exactly what they do. Snuck's been employing his team hands up, and that's why you put your hands up, and that's how you finish.
Oh.
McDuffie.
So when you're struggling offensively, you want to try to generate points for your defense. That's what they've done here the past couple of possessions.
And that's how you generate some more. Pressure here, and a carry there by Fliggins. As you look at the replay, McDuffie, the steal, and the strong finish, putting it on the deck. Got 2 substitutions coming in for BCCC. We got Gabriel Bird, 13, Anthony Baker, number 0. As McDuffie will inbound it after causing the travel there on Fliggins. Dalton, guarded by Baker. Over to Bell. Drives to his left. There's Thompson. Dalton called for it on the block, as well as Webster. And he does, and it's tipped away there by Baker, denying Dalton. Baker looks like it might have been deflected. Maybe not.
For the cheerleaders.
Unfortunately, another turnover. Look, I thought that was deflected there, Dan.
Yeah, I don't know who he was throwing that ball to. They can't even, they're turning the ball over so much, they're not even getting shots.
Thompson. Dalton has it in the paint now. He's got it. Thompson, three. Stroke looks good. In and out. Last touched by the Panthers, staying here with the Dragons.
That was a great read by Dalton. Catches the ball in the post, gets a double team, kicks it back out. The shot didn't go in, but that's the kind of offense that they need to look for.
They tried the well the second time for that inbounds play. Jump ball going to be Triple C.
The Dragons have scored a couple times off baseline out of bounds today. That's when in a game when points are hard to come by, those can be very valuable.
13-20 left here in the contest. Wood, Bird, Baker. Might have been a traveler there. Bird has it. Shot clock at 10. Wood. Suffocating defense, not giving an inch in the zone. 4, 3. Deflected. 2, 1. Fade away. No. Strong rebound by Webster. Duffy. Crossing the envelope on the zone. 3. It's good! Evan Thompson from downtown. He's got 6.
And he shot that off of a deflected pass.
Yes.
It's always harder to shoot off a deflected pass, but he was able to do it.
So if you get your hands right on those laces and get that perfect back spin like you grip it in a baseball. And second chance point good there by Anthony Baker. 18-point advantage for Howard. Bell, Dalton, McDuffie, Thompson back.
Melkinson's looking to run a set play here. You see something.
Baseline is good for Bell, and he rings the bell too. 20-point advantage for the Dragons. Tipped away by McDuffie. As the Dragons opt to bring in some size here off the bench, we've got Harville, Hyman, and Jackson coming in. Looks like we've got a timeout here. Take a break here. 48-28 is our score. Howard trying to pull away. Tim Tuden Jr., Dan Lallen. Be right back. Back live. Bird will inbound it in the paint to Baker. Back to Wood. Shot clock at 12. Wood, pump fakes. Bird has finally got a good look.
A rare 3-point attempt from the Panthers right there.
And a rare good look as pass is almost stolen. They're going to call that foul.
Our foul number 14, Morgan.
Bird.
His second.
But that is only their 5th 3-point attempt by the game and I'll tell you, I'm sure they would like to have more, but the Dragons' defense is designed to take those away.
Suffocating 2-3 zone is eliminating any 3-point chance. And when you're not making those threes, they're struggling up close at the 10.
Yeah. They're basically forcing them to put the ball on the floor and become playmakers, and they haven't really been able to do it, as you can see by all their turnovers today.
18-point lead, 11-10 left. Jackson to Bell. As we mentioned before the break, a little more size in the lineup here for the Dragons. Carville. Bell off the screen by Jackson, and a little bit aggressive there for Braxton Jackson on the screen. Offensive foul. A little too aggressive to see on the replay you did. 35.
Oh, yeah, that was.
I feel like we're playing NBA Street here.
Yeah. Yeah, that was right in front of the referee, too.
And a quick offense as Shiloh was looking for Lascott, a little bit. And it's turnover number 19 for the Panthers. Hyndman, Carville, back to Bell. Thompson finds a cutting. Marvel finds a cutting. Bell, ball up in the air, deflected. Last touch by the Dragons.
Entering the game for your Dragons out of Atlanta, Georgia, number 6.
And getting his first minutes on the floor for Howard is number 6, Jake Tillman from Atlanta, Georgia, by way of Lakeside High School. In the backcourt there with Thompson. Wood. Quick passes. Access denied by Carville. Stolen by Hyndman.
Nice long.
Hyndman out to Tillman. Carville flashing. Up and down the baseline. Tillman. Access denied there by Lascott. Transition points and opportunity here for the Panthers.
Well, the Dragons do not have Sincere Barfield or Miles McDuffie in the game right now, who are their primary shot creators. So let's see how they can generate offense without those two on the court.
Opting that with Thompson leading the charge, calling out the offense. Tillman, pump fake. Lascott and Harville battled for it in the paint and tipped away there by Lascott, stolen away. Shyla, pump fakes and turns it over.
Out of bounds, turnover 2 Dragons. Entering the game for Baltimore City, number 14, Matsumi Young. And number 24, Killian Lessons.
A lot of subs for the Panthers. Coach is just trying to find some combinations that work. And you see this a lot early in the season. You know, teams are trying to figure out what their best lineups are, who their guys are.
Trying to find the right mixture, right formula. Is a volleyball pass from Harville. Jackson, a little bit out of hand. Hyndman almost had it and almost scored. Coming the other way. Long drives, right hand, can't finish. Tipped in there by Mayani. It seems to be like the first points in as many minutes.
So they cut the lead to 16. They're trying to stay within striking distance.
Thompson, alley-oop, Harville. Oh, he's out doing the easy way.
Great pass there, great find.
Great find there by Thompson on the rally.
See on the replay, he doesn't even land. He just kind of, oh, no, he does.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Paying over to Wood. Drives, fade away, blocked by Hyndman. Recovered by Mayani. Wood, 3. No. Jackson rebound. Thompson puts it on the deck. Right hand. And one. Evan Thompson exerting his will to the 10. And the foul.
It's a straight line drive with a strong hand. Coach is not going to be happy about that.
Thompson now with 8 points. 3 of 5 from the field.
Re-entering the game for your Dragons for 12. Tashir Webster.
As Webster comes back into the game for Braxton Jackson. Thompson misses the free throw. Panthers looking to score quickly. Too strong, rebound. Siri up, draws the contact. He's going to head to the line for 2. This will only be their 5th time heading to the free throw line. Interesting stat here.
Yeah.
We've got immediate timeout, but let's talk a little bit looking at some of the stats here. Maybe that's another reason. I mean, the field goal percentage not good at 33%. 1 of 7 from 3, 1 of 4 from the free throw line. You would think, since they're not shooting the threes, Dan, that they might be getting some opportunities to go in the paint, to the zone. Just haven't been able to generate any fouls, man.
Yeah, they're throwing the ball inside a lot, but a lot of the times they throw the ball inside, they end up turning the ball over.
Yeah.
And you see that happen over and over again. And we talk about this. The best shots to get, are standstill threes, foul shots, and layups. And they're not getting standstill threes, and they're not getting free throws. So it's really tough to score when you're not getting, getting those kind of quality shots. But as you can see, they've played a lot of players. They are trying a lot of different combinations.
Yes.
They're just looking to find something that works.
Tough looking at the stat sheet there. They have 2 guys with 6 points, 1 guy with 5, 1 with 4, and just tough looking field goal percentages. Mari Siri at the line. First trip. Too strong on the free throw. And misses both. Rebound Webster.
Missed both of them.
Just a rough go offensively. This Panther squad. Barfield back in. Pass knocked away, staying here with Howard. 7:37 left here in the second half. The conference opener for both squads here in the Region 20. Howard 2-0 on the season. BCCC 0-1, still searching for their first taste of victory on the year in their second game of the season. Here's the pick set by Webster. Double pick there. Carnival. Step back. Barfield. Can't fit in. The flag is back for Barfield. And a good play call. Look at the double screen here, dude.
Yeah, that was just late shot clock. Give your best player the ball in a high ball screen and let him make a play.
Liggins drops it in the paint to the big. Shot up. No. Hyman, great position for the rebound. Over to Tillman. Might have an opportunity. Line it up. Oh! It's not horrible. It's horrible. Cedric Harville goes up high and jams it home, bringing the Dragon faithful to their feet. 25-point blitz by the Dragons.
Another transition basket there.
Fliggins. Baker. Kick it back out to Fliggins. Might have been partially blocked by Webster. Second chance. Looks like he lost it up in the air there.
Dragons just have so much length in the back
Yes,
of
they
that
do.
zone. I mean, it's just causing so many problems.
Lots and lots of length. And the Walls trying to go for the steal there. It's called a foul. And even going back to last year's team, they had a lot of size. I remember thinking of this Anthony Jumanji from France. He was an absolute terror on the boards for this team last season.
Yeah, and it looks like he's gone, but Coach Snelkinson brought in some guys to kind of replicate and play that same role.
Yeah. You got Webster, you got Carville, you got Nehemiah Smith, you got Dolden, you got Heineman, Braxton Jackson, not to mention a lot of sizes. Nathan Heitshaw subs in. Number 13 getting his first minutes on the floor. Up and under, all would have been a strong finish there. Tillman, little Allen Iverson crossover. We see the replay. Got the bench jumping. Would have been a nice finish there by Webster. Nevertheless, he's going to go to the line for two.
That's his third. Connor Webster, you won.
Short all-match free throw. Webster, that's his first miss in the line. He's now at 2 of 3. Again, 9 rebounds. And 0 for 2 on the trip. Wiggins, miscommunication. Barfield picks it up, goes up, high arcing, can't finish. Last touch there.
He was trying to bring the house down there. He was.
I've seen enough of that in high school. He's got some bunnies.
Yeah,
Barfield's got some bunnies.
The Dragons are starting to kind of bring in some of the subs. Haven't played much today.
You got number 24 McMahon on the floor, 21 Nehemiah Smith, Zion Dixon, Heitshaw, and Tillman, who's been in the game for a little while now. So a fresh 5 in there. As continued miscommunication, another turnover there for the Panthers. Tillman. There by Tillman. One of the rare turnovers here for the Dragons. Took the 5-minute mark here in the second half. 57-32. Howard up on BCCC.
So if I'm the Panthers here, I'm down 25, 5 minutes left. It's still early in the season, so I'm trying to find some combinations that work. I'm trying to find some guys who can take care of the ball. They played a lot of guys tonight. I just think they're going to kind of keep searching for that the last 5 minutes.
It's almost as like if they've emptied their entire bench. Everybody's gotten a little bit of playing time here and there, and they're able to force a turnover there. Baker gets it and one. Going to be 7 points here for Anthony. Go to the line, try to convert the and one.
Yeah, at this point, you're probably, a comeback's not impossible, but you're doing a lot of things to kind of what can we carry over to the next game? What defenses work? What player combinations work?
Tillman In the paint, Smith loses the handle. Stolen. Wiggins, foul line shot is good. B-Triple-C trying to get some traction, and then a travel there by Tillman all the way in the backcourt here. Wiggins inbounds it. And a little bump there on height shoot.
So you got Haichu checked into the game. He played right down the street nearby Wild Lake High School, where he was the Howard County Player of the Year his senior year. Unfortunately, he's partly responsible for one of the most painful losses of my coaching career. We lost them in the regional final when I was coaching at Long Reach.
Tough one.
Yeah,
Tough one.
yeah.
Those are the ones you remember.
Yep, I still have a nightmare about that. Once
a little traumatic. A little traumatic for you. A little traumatic.
And then Zion Dixon, number 15, freshman in the game, coming from Largo High School, where he won the state championship the past 2 years.
That's right. I remember they won it last year. I do some coverage for Baltimore County. They beat Newtown.
That's right.
By 2. And that, I believe, they had Cam Ward on that team, who is now playing with Tom Izzo in Michigan State.
Yes, Cam Ward he broke the Maryland State public school scoring record last year. So he left high school as the all-time leading scorer in Maryland public school basketball history last year.
It's a walking bucket.
Yeah, it was pretty cool story. A lot of times, kids like that in the D.C. area, they go and play at one of the powerhouse private schools, and he had options, and he decided to kind of stay in his community. Probably helped that his dad was the coach at Largo. But it was cool to kind of see him stay within his community, kind of create his own legacy instead of kind of going to one of the WCAC schools or well, now these kids they go all over the country for high school. So
right,
it's kind of cool to see him stay in his community.
Same can be said, like I said, for Sincere Barco for his first 3 years at Parkville. So at a county school, played in the community, great player, and then went to Patterson for his senior year. But a highly talented player, as well as some of his teammates have gone on. One of his teammates is Nick Jones, playing at Wagner now. He played on the JUCO circuit at Markham last year. Josiah Legree also playing in the circuit. Now he's at Morehead State, so a lot of guys from that Parkville team, that state championship team, and Florence Hill, the JUCO, Division I, Division II, just flourishing. What I've seen in the county the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, that was a really good team.
Very, very good team. As McMahon inbounds it, and miscommunication is going to be a turnover here. It's 2 or 3 in the last couple of positions here for the Dragons. Getting a little sloppy.
Yeah, a lot of these guys, they've been sitting a while. They're just kind of getting there, trying to find their footing.
Wiggins will inbound onto the basket. Out to Baker. Back to Fliggins. 2-3 zone. Another steal. And there is Payne trying to go for the steal. Little too aggressive. Again, some more miscommunication there by the Panthers.
Number 3, Jamar Payne.
Them in the bonus. Be the first trip to the line for Jake Tillman, freshman from Atlanta, Georgia.
Looks like he might be from the farthest away of any kid on the team.
That's right. First free throw is good. 58-38 is the score. 4 minutes left here. And the conference opener for Howard. 2 for 2 on that trip, 21-point advantage. Panthers searching for some kind of points here. Payan, quick hands, loses it again. Stolen. Active hands there by the Dragons. Tillman, alley is there. High shoe. Cover your eyes, Dan. Cover your eyes, Dan. Did he do that to you?
Yes, actually, he also
my.
hit a shot in overtime that looked a lot like that one, actually.
Don't. I know it's 3-play. Look away, Dan.
Yeah,
Cover the eyes.
bad memories, bad memories.
Oh, great heavens. Oh, great heavens.
Timeout on the court.
Timeout on the court. 62-38 is the score here. It's a full timeout. We're going to step aside here for a moment. Be right back after the break. So, Liggins at the free throw line. First one is good. Two on the trip for Anthony Fliggins. Trap being applied. McMahon. He shoot. Tillman drives. Float game. In and out. Strong rebound by McMahon. Can't finish at the cup. Fliggins. The other way. Nice pass.
Good pass right there.
Very, very good pass there by Fliggins. It's a good look there by McMahon and just could not finish there, Dan.
Our foul number 6, Jake Tillman.
Yanni at the line. 6 points on the night. 3 of 3 from the field.
Number 22.
4 rebounds. As we got Jasper Hanna, number 22, coming into the game. Another one of the returning players from last year's team. Hanna getting some minutes here on the floor. 1 of 2 on the trip there for Matsumi Mayani. Tillman, big fan, I'm sorry. Smith, sincere catch netted, ready to go in full motion. For the turnover. Little out of source there for Nehemiah Smith there on the pass. 62-41 is the score with 3 minutes left. Payan opts not to go for
Still
the three.
force them to put the ball on the floor in this late in the game.
I know that was some good looks to get their 3-point shots up. They opt to go in the paint.
Our foul number 21, Nico Smith, is first, team's 10.
The thing is, when they've been able to drive the ball into the paint, the Dragons have done a good job. Instead of getting them layups, they're shooting runners and floaters over the Dragons' length in the back line, which aren't easy shots to make, even if they're close to the basket.
Payan back at the line. 0 for 2 from the free throw line. And there must be some kind of a lid on the jar here for the Panthers because even when they're getting to the line here, they're rolling in and out.
Yeah.
And it's just like I don't know if the Dragons put some dragon fire fuel in there, like they took the dragon from the Shrek and she just put a lot of flame on that. And it's just like there's a lid on there, man. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on. He misses again, and back to the Panthers. Underneath the basket is Fliggins to inbound. In the corner, drives past Hannah, cutting in the lane, and 2 for speed. It puts his total to 6.
Howard, number 21.
So we talked a little bit about, trying to get some stuff you can take away for the next game if you're the Panthers in this situation. Fliggins has made a couple nice passes. He's had some nice plays in this part of the game. Maybe that's something you can rely on the next game while you're searching for answers early in the season.
Is Tillman over to Dixon. Drive, left hand. Looks like that might have been partially blocked, but the official disagrees. See on the replay, somebody might have gotten him. Got him on the wrist there, looks like. As we got Zion Dixon, the 6'6" freshman guard from District Heights, Maryland, by way of Largo. This is the first. The lefty. Can't convert on either. Liggins. Over to Baker. There's the active hands again there for the Dragons. Kanye McMahon loses it, gets it back, spin, under. How did he do it? Frenetic pace and still scores.
It looked like he lost the ball like twice there, but picked it back up.
2:05 left here in the contest. Howard up on Baltimore City Community College. Liggins distributes it. Looks like it might have been deflected there by Hannah. Tillman drives, pass sold away by Baker. Payan, Liggins, easy 2 for him. He's got 6 tonight. McMahon, quick feed. Nehemiah Smith gets his 2.
Nice press breaker there.
$1:20 left here in the game. Baker from the elbow and converts it. A quick timeout by the Panthers. 19-point advantages. We're closing in on the conference opener here for Howard. They're looking to go 3-0, 1-0 in the conference. Little early test from the conference opponent here, Dan.
Yeah, I mean the Dragons struggled at first coming out of the gate, but they made a run kind of towards the end of the second half, and then the second half it's just been all Dragons. So they got a lot to take away from this game. There's a long way to go. It's a long season, but they're off to a good start.
Back after the timeout. McMahon inbounds it to Dixon. Panthers still playing with heart. And that trap causes a turnover. Fliggins. Great positioning there. I believe that was Tillman to draw the charge.
You gotta love a guy drawing in charge with a minute left in a 20-point game.
Quick sleight of hand there. He had great defense and then just froze up and got the charge. That great by Tillman. And Nehemiah Smith over to Tillman. 3. Misses. In the right place is Mr. Kanye McBank.
All right.
21-point advantage here with 50 seconds left. And there's the tail of the tape right there. Another turnover for the Panthers. It's number 27 tonight.
And you cannot expect to win a college basketball game if you turn the ball over 27 times.
Dixon, strong move, second chance. Gets it to roll. Wait for the freshman to get a second chance and clean up his own mess. Dayan, baseline, and steps on the line for another turnover. McMahon will inbound it. Jasper Hanna gets the inbound. Caught in the trap. Bounce passes it to McMahon. Over to Smith. Easy 2. 72-47. Payne, Euro steps. Nice finish. Something to take with them into the next game. As there's the trap. Causes a turnover. Panthers still playing to the final tick of the clock
last
there.
whistle.
Payne will inbound it over to close to the bench. 10 seconds. Fliggins spins in the paint. Up, under, right hand, and gets it to fall is Diallo Long. With 4 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and that'll be curtains here tonight. For the Howard Dragons, they defeat the Baltimore City Community College Panthers 72-51. And the Dragons get their first conference win of the Region 20 season.
Yeah, good start to the season. Again, this is kind of what we've come to expect out of the Dragons, and we expect them to be in the mix for the conference championship again.
Panthers continue to search and find their way. Tough as we mentioned on broadcast terms for this team, but a little something to build on here at the end for them. Here live in Howard Community College, Tim Toon Jr. with Dan Lally. Hope you'll join us for our next broadcast, which I believe is November the 22nd on a Saturday against Frederick. Again, we thank you for joining us tonight. Dan, it's been a pleasure.
All right. Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you folks. Have a good night.